what we see a lot in the models is that what worked or what was working 6 to 9 months ago no longer works. Right. And so you can't, it's so perishable right now that the causal mapping of it, the GPS of it, right, is a non-negotiable. It's absolutely critical. You cannot do it any other way.
No, I believe that's it's like it's. I think this is more and more a fixed thing, and it, I can see. I mean, I asked you the question on whether investment firms are teaming up with you, and you're saying it's starting to happen. Have you seen any investment firms also telling their potential investors to team up with you before they make a pitch, or even
Yeah.
advising them to?
Yeah, that's where it's again, it's kind of funny, right? They really are starting to get on board with the companies that they have positions in using it, right? But they don't want to necessarily use it. Right. And it's a little bit of it's kind of a weirdness, right? But you have to kind of always remember, we talk about people process technology triangles, right? It's not an equilateral triangle. It's a very scalene triangle. So what that means is that the longest leg is people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, like you read about 95% of AI proof of concepts right now failing inside of companies, right?
100%.
That is mainly not an AI issue. That is a people issue.
Yeah, correct.
When we look at, I think the latest from Gartner is that out of all IT and technology transformation projects, they're looking at a high 70s, low 80s failure rate. There's only really few options here, right? That you're saying that most of the tools that are in the marketplace being sold are crap, which we know that there is some of that, but not like that level, right? Or it's a people issue. And it's not that people are bad and it's not that people are stupid and all this kind of stuff, right? It's not what I'm saying. But the primary cause of the failure, nevertheless, okay, is human failure.
I agree with that. My take on it is that there's, AI has become in the news such a thing that you can now do anything by just prompting, which is just simply untrue. But it means
That's
a lot of
right.
people are,
That's
yeah,
right.
and then but it does mean a lot of people are trying to get there and to prompt their way out of it, and then at the end they realize it doesn't work because it's not either you're not sophisticated yourself enough with the technology to get there, but even my lead developers, even my seniors are like, this can't get me there because it only has so much memory to take. So you have to be so precise in everything you want to do. So the technology has limitations. So therefore it can be utilized for everything. So the big mega structures, forget about it. But the simple things, AI can do it. The problem there is, how do I embed it into my company and make it scalable? That's usually where a lot of these issues fall and break. It's like, okay, I can make my little MVP, but now I have 10,000 people that need to use it. How do I do that? And
Yeah, but okay. So the point there is, though, is um, what's driving the scalability? It's not the tool. The tool is scalable.
oh, agree.
It's
It's
the
the people.
people. The
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are. Yeah.
Limitations on knowledge, limitations on support, limitations on where to take it. And that needs to, that's going to grow up. People are going to grow up and learn more how
Yeah.
to
But the
utilize.
other part is that all technologies across history have limits,
Yeah, and that's
right?
fine.
And so, I think where a lot of people are screwing up right now with Gen AI is that they believe somehow that it should be an omni tool,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That it should be able to do everything. And that also they're focusing it on productivity and efficiency gains because they all feel personally overworked. Okay. So that's been their goal. It hasn't been, how do I use this tool to make me more effective? Right. And the problem is that if you don't know how effective something is, you don't have a basis to make it more efficient. You just have the
So
basis to make it cheaper. And that's two different things.
I agree with you. Like I own an AI automation company, and I'm actually recording a video for it tomorrow. And one of the things I have to say in our script is that AI is just bolted on, and that's what you're seeing. A lot of companies are just bolting on AI because for the sake of AI. And I actually want to get like your take on one thing. You mentioned that AI has been used as this, one size fits all tool. And obviously you can ask ChatGPT a lot of things. It can help you code. It can help you make an image. It can, Nano Banana helps you edit images, just like in Photoshop. There's a lot of innovation. And I think we're going to see more and more.
Sure.
But the holisticness, I kind of doubt. So my take on this is that we're going to be seeing a lot more like more models more determined for a specific job. So like
more
a model
specialization
that's trained on an image is specifically trained on causal data, for example, and maths or image manipulation or video, very specifically trained models, and even down to the subset of medical law or robotics. You're going to have, I think, very small models. Are you with me, or do you feel like there's still going to be a situation where we're going to be focusing on these large models only?
Well, so the problem that we have with machine learning or anything that is pattern match technology, right, is something that is part of the deal. You're not going to get rid of it. It's impossible to overcome it. It's called regression to the mean, right? Yeah. And so the idea that a lot of AI luminaries have been trying to pursue, particularly in the journey towards artificial general intelligence, AGI, right, is this idea that if we just scale the data and the compute enough, we can encompass all variables, and all of a sudden, magically, correlation will imply causality. Yeah. Right? Which I think there's a lot of lessons from this, but one of them is that even really, really brilliant people can be profoundly wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And so
really people can be profoundly, a broken clock is also right in 2 times. It doesn't mean, right?
That's right. That's a great, I love that statement. And so it's I think that the other problem is that all of this is happening so fast and has been happening so quickly that it has overwhelmed the learning of a lot of people, right? And so, for example, in press coverage, in conversation, people will say AI. What they really mean is Gen AI, LLMs, and all that kind of stuff, right?
It's not. I mean, they say AI, but it's in even Gen AI. I would say strip the AI. It's just Gen. It's just statistics. But
well, and so you're basically saying AI is a superset. Right now, there's 4 to 5 major categories of AI, one of which is Gen AI. Another one is causal AI. There's analytical AI. There's autonomous, right? And it's going to continue to iterate and change, right? These are not cast in concrete. And so when people make claims about what AI, right? You're like, well, hold on a second. Which AI?
Yeah.
Because like the Gen AI cannot forecast. It cannot do causal modeling.
It can tell you something, but it's just gonna spit out something.
The problem is that even if it's accurate, all it means is that it was accurate back then. Whatever back then means, it doesn't say that it's going to be accurate now or in the future.